Hey guys, Mara here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I am using a bunch of like newer-ish products to me. The main thing that I'll be using is the Tartelette In Bloom palette. I have been reaching for this palette so much lately. I mean, even though this looks like your traditional neutral palette, this palette is amazing. I picked up the Tartelette, like the matte original Tartelette, and I did not like that palette. It was very chalky, it was difficult to blend. So I was kind of skeptical of this. Like, I think that's why I didn't pick it up. Like, I was just like, nah, I didn't like the other Tarte palettes. So I was really skeptical of this, but Tarte was recently 5 times points at Ulta, so I went ahead and picked it up for that. So I just wanted to create this look for you guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you like all the other new things I'm testing out in this video. If you want to see how I got this look right here, then please continue watching, and I hope you enjoy it. To start off the look, I'm going to be priming my eyelids with my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Enigma. And then I'm going to grab the star of the show today. This is the Tarte Tartelette In Bloom palette, and I'm taking the shade Flower Child. It's this like matte nude shade, and I'm going to set that primer down so it's not tacky at all. I'm then dipping into this matte pink shade called Sweetheart, and I am building this color up into the crease with a blending brush. This is from Lab Squared Beauty, and I'm just building this color up little by little. I wanted that pink to really stand out in the crease, but I'm not bringing it too far down. I want it to like stay concentrated in the crease area. I'm then taking this next shade in the palette called Rebel. It's like a more deeper pinky terracotta-y type of matte shade, and on this Morphe M441 brush, I'm just starting to pack this color on the outer part of my eye and on the inner part of my eye. This is going to start to create that halo effect, and then as you can see, I'm like dragging it together to create that like connection point, and I'm not taking it up too high. I want it to like stay right in the heart of the crease. And then I'm grabbing this warm chocolatey shade called Activist, and on this double-ended Eco Tools brush, I'm just starting to slowly build this color up onto the very outer part of my eyelid, and then I'm also going to apply it to the inner part of my eyelid, just continuing on with that halo effect, like intensifying it, but I'm just building this darker color up little by little so that it doesn't become patchy. And then I took that same fluffy blending brush with a little bit of that Sweetheart shade, and I'm just blending out the crease area to make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm then going to dip into the matte white in the palette called Charmer, and on this little tiny brush from Ulta, I think I got it for free with something, it's just a little packing brush, but I'm going to apply this to the center of the lid to create more of a lightness to the halo, like just lightening up that middle part of the eyelid. And then I'm dipping into Funny Girl with a Royal and Langnickel smudge brush, and I'm just going to apply that shimmery champagne shade right on top of where I put Charmer, just to add some shimmeriness and some glitteriness to the look. I'm then going to dip into Activist again with that Eco Tools brush, and I'm just going to build up that brown shade where I might have lost some. And then I'm going to take that blending brush yet again with no additional product, and I am just blending out the crease area, making sure that everything's nice and blended yet again. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and wet that smudger brush from Royal Langnickel and go back into Funny Girl and intensify that halo. The MAC Fix Plus really intensifies your glittery and shimmery shadows, and as you can see, it really like makes your eyelid pop. I grabbed that Eco Tools brush again, and I'm just kind of dabbing it over where I have applied the darker shade just to make sure it's nice and blended into the lighter shimmery shade, and just to make sure there's like no harsh lines there. And then I'm kind of dragging it like in the heart of the crease just to give it a little bit more depth and then I took that blending brush and just buffed it out. And then I'm grabbing Charmer yet again on that same Ulta brush, and I'm highlighting my brow bone. We're gonna do the face before we finish up the eyes. I'm taking my Hello Fab Coconut Skin Priming Moisturizer, and I am just going to prime and moisturize my skin with this. I'm going to reach for my number 7 Lift Illuminate foundation, and I am going to apply it with my L'Oreal Beauty Sponge. It's like their new one that they just came out with. It's a really nice sponge. It's pretty comparable to the Beauty Blender. It's just a little bit denser, but it didn't soak up a lot of my product, which I was really happy with. And I'm just going to blend this out all over the skin. This foundation gives a really nice light and luminosity to the skin as it's marketed, and I think the pairing of a Beauty Blender and the foundation works really well. I'm going for my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Beige, and I'm going to apply this right to the underneath of my eyes, and then I'm going to highlight the rest of my face, like down the center of my face, on my nose, chin, forehead, you know, the whole 9 yards. I'm then going to be taking that same damp beauty sponge from L'Oreal, and I'm just blending it out. It was a little bit more difficult for me to blend out my concealer with this sponge. It's not quite as tapered and skinny as my Beauty Blender, so it was a little bit more difficult to get in and around my eye, but it still blended it out pretty nicely. But I have to say I prefer a Beauty Blender, but L'Oreal does have some more sponges in the line that they just came out with, so maybe there's one that would be more suitable for concealer. I'll have to check that out. I'm going to set that concealer down with my Wet n Wild Photofocus powder. I am using my Real Techniques Bold Metals Collection blush brush. I think my powder's in the shade Warm Ivory, Warm Light, something warm, but it's the lightest powder in the range. And I'm just setting down everywhere where I applied that concealer. I'm then grabbing my It Cosmetics for Ulta. It's like their big powder brush, and I'm also going to set the rest of my face because that foundation can be a little bit tacky. We're going to go back into the eyes and finish those up. I'm going to take the shade Sweetheart on this little, it's like a domed little crease brush from e.l.f. And I am just smudging that pink shade right on my lower lash line. I'm then taking the shade Activist, it's that chocolate brown, and on this pencil brush from Morphe, I am just smudging this on the very outer part of my lower lash line. I'm then taking that e.l.f. little brush again with no additional product, and I am just smudging out the rest of my lower lash line now that I've applied the darker shade. I'm then going to reach for Charmer, and on this little Real Techniques brush, I'm going to highlight my inner corners just to bring some light there. And then I'm going to grab Funny Girl, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with the same brush. I'm just going to apply that right on top. I grabbed my Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Mr. Bing, and I'm applying this to my waterline. And then for my lashes, I'm taking my Estee Lauder Little Black Primer Mascara Primer. And whoops, I forgot to curl my eyelashes first, but I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my Tweezerman eyelash curler, and then I'm going to apply my lash primer, the Estee Lauder one. This primer is amazing. It's waterproof, so it can waterproof any mascara. It can transform it, I guess. And it gives such great length. I have stubby little eyelashes, and this gives my lashes length. After I've applied that primer, I'm going to go in with 2 coats of my Kiko Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara, and then that completes the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the face, and I'm going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess. This is the matte one, and on this EcoTools bronzing brush. I forget what the exact brush name is, but it's a really nice brush to bronze and contour with. I love this bronzer because it's more neutrally toned and it just blends really well. For blush, I'm grabbing my NARS blush in the shade Madly. I had to think there for a second. And I'm just applying it with my Real Techniques blush brush. For highlighter, I'm taking my Laura Gellar Baked Highlight in the shade French Vanilla, and I tried to apply it with this little sponge applicator that it came with, but it didn't really give any payoff. I didn't really like it, so I eventually go in with my finger and I just intensify that like glow factor, I guess. I don't know. My finger did a much better job at applying it, so I just took a little bit on my finger and just dabbed it on the high points of my cheeks because, I don't know, I just think it gave a really nice luminosity to the face. That sponge thing, I just threw that thing away. And then for lips, I'm going with my NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Raquel. It's a really beautiful pinky, beigey, pink nude type of lipstick, and this formula is out of this world. It's one swipe color. It's so creamy. It lasts such a long time. I can't say enough. But then to set everything down, I'm taking my Milani Mist Set 16-hour makeup setting spray, and I'm just spritzing my face. And then that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I don't know what this is, but yeah, if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. So yeah, if you want to see how I got... Dang. See, the cough's still lingering. Bye.